Hello learners, let's begin with the story today. Once upon a time, not long back ago, there was an engineering graduate who wanted to become a trainer. His college brought a training company for campus interview. Our engineer, he applied for the job, cracked the initial rounds and qualified for the HR round. With lots of excitement, he stepped into that HR interview hall, handed over his resume to his HR. The HR had a quick look at his resume and asked the candidate to leave. End of the interview. Our engineer was shocked, and when he looked into his resume, he found a word highlighted. That word was career objective. His career had become career that day. A simple spelling error cost his job. That is when our engineer realized resume building is much more than listing information. There are rules to follow and mistakes to avoid. There are do's and don'ts, and that is precisely what we will discuss today. So let's learn. The first thing we will discuss is a page size. Resume, being a brief introduction, can have a maximum of 2 pages, but recently, 1 page resume is much preferred. Since it is 1 page, do not try to include every possible information in that page. Cut down to an amount of information that will fit into that page in a readable font with enough space that will be easy for anyone to read. Also, never leave behind important information. So, be careful to include important points and relevant ones. Once you build your resume, you cannot use it for every interview all your life. You need to customize your resume every time you go for an interview, and you will be working on career objective, strengths and skill set. So every time you will customize these three components based on the given job profile. And why should I do that? You will do that for your resume to pass a software called Application Tracking System. It is a software used by HRs to scan resumes for keywords and phrases based on the given job profile. That is why we always customize our resume for every interview by including keywords from roles and responsibilities specified by the company. Present your resume in a consistent pattern of bullets, font and icons. The point is, do not use different font styles, bullets or icons for every section. Also, do not overuse bold, italics and underline to highlight information. It doesn't look good. Also, it makes it difficult to get the information. So, keep it simple. Present in similar pattern of bullets, icons and fonts. One question generally asked to me is, what will be the font style and size to use in a resume? My point is, do not experiment with fonts on your resume. Prefer an easy to read font style like Times New Roman or a Calibri, and your font size could be 12 or a 14. Do not include watermarks in your resume. Also, avoid colors or design in your resume unless you apply for a design or a creative profile. Always proofread your resume to make it error-free. Proofread it for spellings, else your career might become career. Proofread it for grammar. I've also given some common mistakes that is supposed to occur in your resume. Proofread it for your alignment because that will give your HR a solid first impression. Also, proofread it for confidential data like contact information and academic credentials. Once I mailed my resume to my friend as a Word document, only to be told that the alignment has gone wrong. My friend suggested me to save it as a PDF file. I'm going to tell you the same now. Once you complete building your resume, save your final draft as a PDF file. A PDF file will ensure the alignment stays right. Thank you very much for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe.